Shalom, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Kakwadash, double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth, peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful Lake Akim, teaching and preaching his truth with all righteousness and sincerity. Zak Al-Sab, today's lesson is entitled, If You Want to Participate in Society, and Lord willing, you be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the true names of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son. As always, the sit-downs, the lessons, the sheep speaking is for the remnant, the elect, the Israel, the Most High, to use the gospel preach. And shalom to the beloved brother, Yawanathan. Shalom, bro. All right, today we'll be going into an article, and I believe Apostle Tahar, he saw another brother that brought this information out, and he briefly went into it as well. And this is not even going to try to pronounce this website, but it speaks to the tune of prophecy. It says the WEF, which is the World Economic Forum, says the CBDCs, or the central banking digital currencies, must be implanted under your skin, all right, if you want to participate in society. And once again, that lines up with prophecy. And we know that the prophecies is the testimony of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and what's written in the prophecies is that Esau, Edom, will influence the world to take this implantable technology in them in order to, as it says here, participate in society, to buy and sell. All right, I'm going to read a little bit of it. I'm going to actually post it in the chat just in case bros want to look into it. In the implantable technology, all right, that's the MOTB. It says the WEF has declared that all citizens must be implanted with a CBDC M chip in the very near future in order to be able to fully participate in society and do basic things such as purchase food and water. All right, and I mean, that pretty much says everything. And this coming new financial system, they're going to want to merge man with technology. They're going to want to put this technology in you. And our elders and apostles of Great Millstone have been, speaking about this for decades. All right, and it's coming closer and closer to that time. And this is also how we know that we're at the end, because Yahweh Shai coming is synonymous with people taking this implantable technology in them. And we'll get into that, Lord willing. So this article came out yesterday, July 10th, 2023. And I have another article here that I've been, having up for a while. It says training industry, MC HIP employees, a rising trend in the future of work. So this technology has been, introduced to these companies. In 2017, you had a company called 3 Square Market that basically influenced their employees to get this technology in them, and shortly thereafter, they was in the break room buying a cup of noodles and chocolate bars and so on and so forth. Just completely ridiculous. All right. And then this month, they launched the long-awaited Fed digital payment system. And last week, I heard from multiple sources that people were having complications with their banking institutions with receiving direct deposits. So I don't know if that has something to do with, this system launching, and maybe it was some, wrinkles they had to iron out. But the point is, things are happening and things are trending towards this new technology being associated with being implanted into the human body. All right. So I also have this from RT, which is Russia Today. It says U.S. recession not off the table, Treasury chief says. It says that the economic downturn cannot be ruled out yet, Janet Yellen has warned. It says U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen has warned that the economy is still at risk of a recession, while expressing concerns over persistently high inflation. And the high inflation is kicking everybody's ass. so much to where um, it's destroying the comfort zone that women has here. I got this from CBNBC. It says paying more and earning less, how inflation disproportionately hurts women. So what we're seeing here is that you have a system, you have an economy where the purchasing power of the dollar is getting weaker and it's causing ripple effects in people as far as their finances. Whether you getting hit at the grocery store, whether you getting hit with uh, inflation. Inflation isn't just limited with food. Whether you buying clothes, whether you going to a mechanic and you getting your brakes replaced on your car, everything is getting expensive. And then the cost of living, renting, purchasing homes, buying or purchasing certain things for the house. Construction is getting ridiculous. All these different financial woes people are experiencing is playing well into the hand of Esau, because if he, speaking about Esau, can convince people that, look, this current monetary system that we're using, the dollar, is backed by so much debt and inflation. We have a new system here. If you can get something very small, if you'll be willing to get something very small and plant it into you, and we can mate it with the new digital payment system, the CBDs, whatever they do, whether it's some new central banking digital currency, or they use this Fed Now, which the Fed Now isn't a CBDC, but I have read that it can be used as one. But it's just a new way on how money can be transferred from institutions to consumers. And it's a 24-hour around the clock service that can make, receiving money from governments or receiving money from, different organizations quicker and easier. So if Esau can convince people to, jump on this new wave, then that'll play well into his hand. And as I mentioned earlier, all this goes well with prophecy. So we're going to read this in Revelation 13 and 11. It says, and they have entitled it, The Beast from the Earth. And Shalom to the Akim on the comment board. Shalom. Esau, they have entitled it The Beast from the Earth, which this is going into the beginning of America's rule. It says, Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast come up out of the earth. This is America. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And this is the two political parties that run America. All right, you have the Democrats and then you have the Republicans. Now, in the ancient Roman Empire, you had the plebeians and the patricians. The patricians were the the ancient Republicans, and the plebeians were the Democrats. They were the working class, the farmers, the sellers of wares, all right, the different merchants that work at the market, so on and so forth. But as it says here, had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So these two political parties, they work in tandem together, but they get the illusion of, two different parties working for the better cause of their, people that they represent. So as it says here, two horns, two powers, the Republicans and the Democrats, like a lamb. You can say that the Democratic Party is a lamb. A lamb is very docile, weak, it's for the people. And when you examine the practices of the Democratic Party, they more into giving a Medi-Cal, low-income housing. All right, they more geared towards serving the poor. So they're more of a lamb. They're weak. They docile. They helping out individuals that need guidance and help in this economy. And then the dragon represents the Republicans, because the Republicans, they typically send out these policies that's very harsh and strict. All right, and they speak as a dragon. Dragon going back to Dracon, which is where you get the word draconian, which is these very harsh laws and measures that typically the Republicans push out. So in this system, you have these two opposing parties but they all on one accord, but they giving the illusion of helping out, so on and so forth. It says, and he execute all the power of the first beast being the Roman Empire, because in this kingdom, the this American rulership is the image of the Roman Empire. Now, when you examine the Roman Empire, you had a lot of things going on to where, for example, you had Yahweh Shai. He came in the Roman Empire. All right. You had the followers of Yahweh Shai. You had miracles. You had all these different things. You had Apostle Paul, which he was an apostle to the Gentiles, and he was bringing the scattered Israelites that were being like the Gentiles. His purpose was to bring them to Yahweh Shai and teach them the gospel. All right. Then you had, persecution for the followers of Yahweh Shai. You had Esau ruling, so on and so forth. And through that rulership, you had the Roman Empire rulership. You had the denarius, which was their currency. And when you go into that history, they started mixing different metals in the denarius, and that caused inflation. All right. Then you had immigration, which is what we see today. These different policies at the border. A Biden administration has enabled these, what they call immigrants, and they're not just the Northern Kingdom. You got Ethiopians coming into the borders. You got people from Germany. You got Chinese, the Gooks, the Ammonites. They all coming into America by way of the open border policy through Biden's administration. So you have immigration in the ancient Roman Empire. You have immigration here, the architecture. All right. You have the Latin language, so on and so forth. So in this new system that comes up, they're going to exercise all the power of the first beast. Why? Because this empire that we're in is the image of the beast. And he executed all the power of the first beast before him and caused the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. So in this system, these people was worshiping the first beast or the Roman Empire, because this empire that we're in now is the image of the beast, and all the practices from the Roman Empire is going to be practiced here. So these people that worship this system, they worship the Roman Empire. Verse 13, he doth great wonders so that he maketh fire come down from heaven in the sight of men. And that happened during the time of World War II, where you had Esau drop 2 bombs in 2 cities in Japan. You had Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And by him, dropping those atomic bombs on those 2 cities, that was him making fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And by doing so, Esau, he really put fear in these nations' mind, because Esau was given this technology to do this. As it says here, great wonders or miracles. That's Esau's technology. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Because these nations, once they saw Esau had that technology, a lot of fear was placed on these nations, and that put Esau in a position where he's light years ahead of these nations in regards to his military might. Remember, Esau was blessed with the sword, and those missiles dropping out of the heavens, that was a part of his blessing. And by it, he deceived these people. And this is what they were saying, in spirit, of course, saying to them that dwell upon the earth that they should, slack it. Not this part, jump the gun. 15 verse, but let's continue on, saying to them that dwell upon the earth that they shall make an image to the beast, which is a system, which had the wound by the sword and did live, and the Roman Empire did go down. All right, after Domitian, which he was the brother of Titus, and they were the sons of Vespasian, which they seized Jerusalem. And after Domitian, the Roman Empire went down, and you had Jake begin to get into the Roman Empire. Although they was Jakes, they were still practicing that Roman Empire lifestyle. All right. But once again saying to them that dwell upon the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which is this system, which had the wound by the sword and did live. And the coming back or the healing from that deadly wound started off in the Renaissance period. You know, you had notable figures like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, these great painters that, you know, pretty much refaced the religious figures of the Bible. And then from that, you had, you know, the Spanish monarchs. You had Isabella of Castile, and then you had I keep wanting to say Hernan Cortez, but it's it was Isabella, and then you had King Ferdinand. All right, that was the healing part of Esau from that deadly wound that he received when he went down during the Roman Empire. Verse 15, and the reason why I'm reading into the MOTB, because we often just hit the 16th verse, but there's a buildup. You know, it's going into Esau coming back into power. You know, having these two parties, these two opposing forces, and pushing out, you know, this vibration upon the world. All right, pushing this vibration of the Roman Empire being back into power. And then while Esau is in power, he does a great work through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and drop bombs in the side of men through his wonders and technology. And by it, these nations were deceived by it. Oh man, you know, these Americans, man, they are pressured. They, you know, they coming with power. You know, we got to follow after them. All right. And then here in the 15th verse, it says this, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, because Esau had power from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to fulfill prophecy. You know, Daniel 7, it goes into a little horn coming up amongst the fourth beast, which this is what we're reading about, that little horn. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and it speaks by its laws and its practices and its policies, legislation, so on and so forth. This is how this kingdom speaks. When C19 was going on, there was a lot of laws and legislations that was passed during that time, and that was this kingdom speaking. You know, when Esau wanted things to happen, he signed things through these executive orders to prevent things from happening and to enable things to happen. All right. You know, you remember certain grocery stores were shut down, you know, different things in regards to wearing masks. These jobs was pushing out certain policies. So this system was speaking during that time. And when Esau brings this new system, it's going to speak as well, because all these businesses, corporations, and organizations, they're all going to get down with it, just as they were influenced to get down with the Fed now. All right, but let's keep reading. Revelation 13:15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, because it was prophecy, that the image of the beast should both speak by way of his laws, his legislation, his policies, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So all these nations, all right, that seeing the power of Esau, dropping bombs, deceiving the world, if these nations wouldn't follow after America, they get killed. And that killing isn't always physical. Esau can destroy your economy. All right, he can set up a military over there. He can deceive people by way of his media and make it seem like this particular area is full of bad guys, just like 9/11. You know, when the towers fell, Esau made it seem like the biggest enemies of the world at that time was Ishmael. And, you know, he had military to go over there and do all these particular things. But then when you examine everything that happened during that time period, Esau was going into the land taking certain resources. So if you don't follow after Esau, you get killed, whether physically or economically. Verse 16. And he causes all, talking about Esau, the nobles, the elites. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive the MARK, the implantable technology, this right here, whether it's going to look like this, a grain of rice, whatever. As we continue to get closer and closer to the end, we seeing technology getting better and faster and smaller. So just look at the cell phones. Cell phones started off with big bricks, and now you can pretty much use your phone, you use your watch as a phone. So that's just an example of how technology gets smaller, right? So back in Revelation 13:16, to receive a MARK in his right hand or in his forehead, because you have other technology that can be installed in the brain, different individuals that are paraplegic, dealing with PTSD, certain mind altering diseases. There's particular technology that they can implant that will be able to allow them to regain strength, with their motor mechanics. People that's lame, people that's halt, so on and so forth. And these people that's going to receive this, these are individuals that accept it. You're going to have a lot of people accepting this technology because they love their life, they love the world, they have different possessions and riches and so on and so forth in the society, to where, once this current monetary system goes down, they're going to be willing to take it. That's why our Lord Yahushua said through Apostle John, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. All right? Because it's going to get so grim out here when Esau take away all these goodies people have grown accustomed to. Man, it's going to be long lines of people that's out there that want to get this in them. Verse 17, that no man might buy or sell. So this technology is going into economics, buying and selling. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had this technology, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Which that goes into the technology that's going to be associated with this implantable device. And you're going to have a UPC, or a universal product code, or a serial number attached to it, which will identify the person that this technology is implanted in with the Internet of Things. It's going to be a database that have all your information, and in order to access it, you would have to have this technology into you to identify you are the person that this information is associated with. And by taking it, you're taking on the name of the beast. You're taking on the vibration of Esau, which Esau, he's the son of perdition. 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. So if you take it, you will get destroyed. And as we read from the 11th verse on down to the end, it covers a lot of history. It covers technology. All right. When you read into it with understanding, it covers technology and these advanced leaps that Esau has made. The great wonders, the miracles. He have an influence over the whole world by, his great weaponry that he have when he dropped it on the two cities upon Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And how all these nations, they was in fear of Esau. How can we make war with him? And then through his power that he had and influence, if these nations wouldn't get down with it, he would destroy them. You got economic hitman. All right. And then with all this power and great influence and technology and information, he's going to bring this fourth industrial revolution, which is merging man with technology. He's going to convince people to take it. And then without it, you won't be able to buy and sell. Just like it says here in this article here, the WEF have declared that all citizens must be implanted with the CBD MCHIP in the very near future in order to be able to fully participate in society and do basic things such as purchase food and water. So if you don't have this technology, guess what? You asked out. You asked out. And that's the lot that the men of the Lord is going to be willing to take, because once the society, once Esau start putting the crunch down on the society, it's going to get very uncomfortable. You know, and the brother Yawanathan, bros put some precepts. Let's get some precepts real quick. This is Daniel 8:25. Now, to qualify this is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes, which he was an Edomite, and he came from the line of the Seleucids. And we're going to read into it in Daniel 8:25. And through his policy, he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. We seen what Antiochus Epiphanes did in 1 Maccabees, the first chapter. Through his policies, through his laws, through his legislation, his decrees, all right, he was able to push a, somewhat of a new world order that all the Israelites should leave off from their religion and practice this Hellenistic lifestyle that Antiochus Epiphanes was pushing. The worshiping of the Greek gods and not circumcising the children, not keeping a high holy days, so on and so forth. So to qualify this precept, it is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes, but we do use this to apply it to how Esau is going to be doing in these times. So through Esau's practices and policies and legislations and decrees, he's going to cause craft to prosper in his hand. Just like we saw during C-19. See, Esau, he used your job to get you to take the two shot. So what he did was he caused craft to prosper. It says, and shall magnify himself in his heart. That's that pride. And by peace shall destroy many. And he shall also stand up against the prince of princes. But he shall be broken without hand. Because what ended up happening at Antiochus Epiphanes, the Lord smote him with a sickness in his stomach. So he was broken without hand. It wasn't no military that came and destroyed Antiochus Epiphanes. He ended up getting very sick. But I want to also get another point. It says, by peace shall destroy many. And that's one of the tactics that Esau Edom is going to be using. He's going to be using a smooth speech. He's going to be saying things on how this technology is going to be very beneficial and it will help out society. Even with this whole, what is it called? Man, it slipped my tongue. This whole vibration of the carbon footprint. See, by peace, he's pushing a vibration that, hey, it's getting the reason why the temperatures are the way it is and the hurricanes has been the way it is and twisters and these wildfires is because of, our carbon footprint. So if we can, attack our carbon footprint and bring it down, then the cause of global warming can, pretty much subside and we can enjoy peaceable lives. But in all actuality, Esau, he's just using that so he can push other agendas. So he's going to use peace or smooth speech in order to get people to be deceived and get down with whatever he want to push out. And there's so many examples of that in the scripts. All right. Let's actually go, before we get in Revelation 14, let's get this in Psalm 64. I want to say 64 or maybe 55. Yes, Psalm 64. Start at 1. It says, hear my voice, O power, and my prayer. Send up in prayers, Akim. Got to constantly be giving yourself in prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. And this is David. The Lord is building up the tabernacle of David, the house of David. So if these are the prayers that David himself is praying, then what you think the house of David will be praying? They be sending those same prayers up. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. We want the hedge of protection. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked. The wicked is Esau, and he has a secret counsel. He has a shadow government that's behind the scenes that's pushing out these certain thoughts. One of them is the WFE, the World Economic Forum. And through them, they push out these certain practices. You know, they push out these certain thoughts and ideas to these countries because you have, you know, a number of countries that's down with the WEF, and the WEF, they pushes out these things like you see here. So it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of workers of iniquity, because all they do is work wickedness, who whet their tongue like a sword. This word whet, W-H-E-T, means to sharpen. So what they're doing is they're perfecting their speech, they're perfecting their wordplay, and they're going to use peace, a form of peace, a form of prosperity, that love, community, you know, looking out for everybody. We need to be all one. They're going to be using those talking points to get people down with their new program. So who sharpen or whet their tongue like a sword, they're perfecting their speech, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. So they're going to use their words as weapons. See, Esau, he was blessed with the sword, right? But he's also blessed with deception, and we see it all over the scripts. Revelation 13, to deceive them that dwell upon the earth. Revelation 12 speaks about how he deceived the whole world, and it's through his tongue, which his tongue is likened unto a sword, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. The perfect is the elect, and they trying to shoot in secret. They trying to move in secret. But see, the prophecies speak about how Esau is uncovered, he's exposed, he's revealed, he can't hide himself. So through the prophets, he's not able to fulfill his enterprise, because on one hand he's trying to push this out, right? He's trying to push his new financial system, but then you got the prophets on the other hand speaking about, hey, you know, they're going to be giving this technology pretty soon, yada, yada, yada. You know, watch out for it, so on and so forth. So Esau is in a bad situation, in straits. They encourage themselves in the evil matter. So in these meetings, these secret councils, whether it's the G2 summit, the Bilderberg meetings, the United Nations, they're encouraging themselves in the evil matter. Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, we can do it. We got the data and the statistics from C19. And if we push this new technology, we can get those same numbers to participate in taking the that participated in taking the 2 shot. Those same individuals would take the implantable technology. You know, see, Esau with these supercomputers, he sit up and he grab all this data, and that data aids him in these moves to make, right? They encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune with laying snares privily. So snares is traps. Privily meaning secretly. So he lays different snares and traps, just like with people suffering with inflation. See, that's a snare and a trap that Esau laid. You know, let's get people, you know, to be in a position where they're suffering financially. They're dealing with high inflation. Cost of living is ridiculous. Goods and services is less. They got to work 2 and 3 jobs in order to make ends meet. All right. They push this out so people can get beat down. You can wear out the saints of the Most High, right? And then he comes with a remedy. A new monetary system, but in order to fully participate, you got to have it implanted into your body. So we see the work of the devil and how he moves, right? Psalm 64:5, they encourage themselves in the evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? Because they work in the dark. All right. And you can keep reading there. Now let's go to Revelation 14 real quick, because there is a penalty for those individuals that take this technology in them. This is Revelation 19. Now, this is actually a great chapter because it goes into this everlasting gospel and what
will be spoken of within this everlasting gospel. So you know what? Let's actually start there real quick in the 6th verse. We want to start off from the top, but for the sake of time, we're going to hit the point. It says, and I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell upon the earth, and to every nation and kindred, tongue, and people. So there's an angel that's working on the minds of the men of the Lord to bring out this information that we constantly bring out. And it starts off with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All right, there's an angel channeling this gospel through us. All right, and it's all over the scriptures how the Lord do it. Let's go to 2 Esdras 15. 2 Esdras 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So the Lord is channeling these words of prophecy that we preach into the ears of the Lord's people, the Israelites, all right, through this angel, through an angel. Like I say, which I will put in thy mouth. So we're divinely influenced by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to bring out this everlasting gospel, to preach unto them that dwell upon the earth, and to every nation, kindred, and tongue, and people, because Israelites are scattered all over the place. Saying with a loud voice, this is that gospel that we're preaching. Fear the Most High, that's the Heavenly Father, which his name is Yahweh, and give glory to him. We worship him. For the hour of his judgment comes. Part of this gospel, we're supposed to talk about the hour of his judgment, the downfall of Babylon the Great, and worship him that made heaven, the earth, and the sea, and the foundations of waters. That's Yahushua. Yahushua is to be worshipped. Remember, Yahushua, along with the angels in Genesis, the 1st chapter, created everything that we see today through the blueprint of the Heavenly Father. So a part of this gospel, we speak about the Heavenly Father. We speak about Yahushua and worshiping him. It says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen. It's fallen, that great city. We're supposed to be talking about the destruction of Babylon, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. Her policies, her legislation is Western culture, the lifestyle, the different religions, the LGBT, the alphabet community. So this place is going to get judged because of the influence that it causes these other nations to be enticed with and to get down with. It says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his technology in his forehead or in his hand. So what we're reading here is the doctrine that we supposed to be speaking on. It went from speaking about worshiping the Father, worshiping Yahushua, talking about the downfall of Babylon and what Babylon has done in the world. And then we're supposed to be talking about this implantable technology. All right. If any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So these people who accept this technology and get it in them, those same individuals will get destroyed by Yahushua and the angels. That's how we know we're close to the end, because the end is synonymous with this implantable technology being pushed out. And these individuals that take this implantable technology, they will be destroyed by Yahushua when he come back. So we most definitely at the end when we see things like this. All right. So I ain't gonna draw it out. Let's see what the bros got. Let's see. The brother put 1 Corinthians 7:31. The New Living Translation. Those who use the things of the world shall not become attached to them. Yeah, because Apostle Paul, he puts the vibration of using the world and not being abusing it. We live in the world. There's certain things that we got to do. You got to pay bills, cell phone bills, and navigate in the system. But don't be attached to them. All right, because if you're attached to them, it's going to be hard to detach to them, detach from them. For this world, as we know, it will soon pass away. Yeah, because the Lord will destroy this place. It said, those who are attached to the world will take the sea hip. And that's right. You know, you're attached to this place. That means you love this system. You love the world. You love Edomite supremacy. You love the different practices that Esau pushes out. You love being a homeborn slave, working a job. You love, trying to continually patch up a failed relationship with your girl. You know, then you got children that's getting, wild information at these schools. You're supposed to be in the spirit of wanting this place to be destroyed. All right. So I ain't gonna draw it out. All right. If you want to participate in the society, you're gonna have to take this implantable technology. And all those that take it will get destroyed by Yahweh Shai and the angels. Lord willing, you are edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I'm gonna give double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone and Tulsa Shalom, Akim. Stay strong.